coming at you from Cloud 22 in Dubai. Here's some helpful things. We are about to go check out Cloud 22 at the most beautiful place in Dubai, Atlantis The Royal. I'm Eric Horowitz. I'm a multimillionaire entrepreneur, and here are my 5 tips I wish I knew for starting a business. So here's tip number 1. I wish I knew to invest time and energy, not money, in my first business. So I have 2 businesses. One is 8 figures and one is more of a startup, and the startup has gone through a lot. But here's the key thing that I learned. Do not invest in staff, heavy marketing. Do everything on yourself a while. The reason is because you don't have traction yet. You don't have something that's moving forward. So I went through a year and I spent almost 6 figures and got very little. And then in the past 4 months, I made a lot more, just me. So you know what? If you don't have any funds, even if you have a lot of funds, don't treat it like it's this well-funded adventure. Start small, and when you get traction, that's when you can start moving forward. At our height, we had 7 full-time staff all over the world. And I wish I hadn't had that. I wish I'd go back and just start small. It's good to be lean, it's good to be mean, and you know what? Anyone can do that. Tip number 2 is change the offer and the pricing as needed in the beginning. Do not get locked into a single price structure or style, because there are so many variables. A little bit about me, why you should listen, is I'm an American who moved abroad to Dubai, originally from California. I started a business called Lift Enrichment that went from 0 to 10 million. Been running that for 15 years with a 280 person team. Whatever you start with, the road to the 3 clients, the first 3, that's the hardest part of the entire game of business, the first 3 clients, because number 1 is very, very hard to get. The second client is hard, but a little less hard. And the third client is hard, but a little less hard than the second. After you've got 3 clients, 3 testimonials, the world is your oyster. Do things like give discounts, do shorter terms, give them better terms, give them guarantees. I'll give you a simple example I've been playing with. So for example, my consulting service with clinics, I offered a 4 times return on investment for option 1, or 5 times return on investment, or for option 2 in terms of revenue and treatment, or I work for free after the term. So if it's 3 months and I haven't hit 4x your spend, I keep working for free. Will I do that forever? Maybe, maybe not. I'm just toying with it. But that's the key, is you're playing with it. Play with the price. And you know, try 4 pitches this way, then 4 pitches this way. And guess what? The beauty of it is it keeps getting better. Lift Enrichment example, when I sold cooking classes, and I still do, we had different price points. They were, I think, $395 for a 1-hour workshop. Then it went to $495. I think it's around $595 right now. And honestly, it'll probably keep going up because California is very, very expensive to do business in. We also changed the terms. Originally, the purchase order was 20 workshops, and then it turned to 50, then it turned to 100. It just keeps going up, mainly to make sure the client experience is the best, because we learned when you sell cooking classes, you need to be able to hire staff for it. So I need to have a minimum amount of workshops to service to make it worth hiring the amount of staff. Just have fun with it, play around. You're gonna learn more from reality. And on to tip number 3, not from the pool though. Pool is now done. Got a nice snack with some baby chicken, some delicious salad, and some steamed buns. Time for tip number 3, cold call until you get some traction. There's a lot of ways to target businesses, and I only recommend B2B. B2C is very hard and very time consuming. With B2B, what you can do is start by just picking up the phone from your phone number, throwing up a simple website and a simple email address, and just start talking to people. Like, you have to call 100, 150 different businesses a week. And guess what? If you call enough and you follow up with each contact 4 to 8 times, twice a week, Monday, and then maybe 2 or 3 days later, Thursday, Tuesday, and then Friday, you remember the receptionist's name, you send them a polite email introducing yourself, you're gonna actually be able to talk to some decision makers. I have a whole script on how to do that. That's for another time, another place, but it just helps you get to where you need to go, which is talking to that owner or the manager or the operations person to find out their needs and their problems so you can solve them. So in my experience, I did this 2 ways. I called schools. I just picked up the phone and called schools and later school districts and pitched and pitched and pitched and followed up and followed up and followed up. I did it myself. So pick up the phone, start calling, and guess what? If you put in the volume, Alex Ramosi says 100 outreaches a day, 50 is okay in my book, but that's the first 3 hours of your day. I always say this to my buddies and my friends who aren't making enough money in their business. You need to do more sales calls, and there's nothing that hurts you or harms you from doing it. You're just not calling. So go call, get started. I know it's 2025, but the phone still gets you to that decision maker. This is the outside of Atlantis The Royal, a great place to walk around with the fountain show. Tip number 4, it's what we're doing right now, what I do a lot, which is create content. You have 3 types of content you can make. You can make a blog and write stuff down, that's what I do. You can do video like we're doing now, or you can do audio like a podcast. Pick one medium, ideally video. Video is better, but for me, vlogging has helped a lot. When it comes to making content, I'm a writer by trade. I've written 50 plus blog posts, gonna hit 100 by the end of the year. I was amazed by this one moment, okay? I had a client pay me $7,000, about 25,000 dirhams for coaching based off of one blog post I wrote. I'll link it there, but that one impressed him. He saw my other stuff. He said, hey, look, if I wanna learn how to grow and scale my business, talk to this guy, Eric. He was also a friend, and I'll learn. I had no idea that words I put on paper will result in money in my pocket. So that's what I'm doing now, creating content. Now here's the thing, you don't have to do all of the content. It's too much. Pick one, video, audio, or writing, and do it once a week consistently. Consistency is the most important. It's not gonna be perfect the first time. Perfection is the enemy of productivity. As you're building your business, you need to show that you have expertise, and that's what content is for. Showing expertise most of the time, a little bit of fun stuff, a little bit of entertainment like this, or you know what, better, educate and entertain like I'm doing now, right? I'm entertained, she's entertained. So tip number 5 is to be fluid with your customers. Don't be too attached on this one thing. You have to move. You're like the wave. You have to move and flow where the money and the business comes from. I'm gonna give you some examples from real life. Lipton Richmond. The company started me teaching cooking classes at private elementary schools in Los Angeles. Then we did summer camps that were hosted by parks and recreation centers. Then we did summer camps at private schools. Then I did my own summer camps. Then we did private cooking classes. I've tried every single thing, but you know what ended up winning the most and being the biggest earner and the biggest growth spike was you focusing on low-income school districts using a very specific after-school programming fund. And once we discovered that niche right there, we dialed in and we started working with school districts with 10, 20 sites with hundreds of kids, and they started purchasing thousands of workshops because they were so good. Margins were great, we could hire amazing staff, and the clients were so happy. The business did not start that way. That's the lesson here. Every quarter, you have an opportunity. Try this, and then next quarter, try that. But once you see momentum, stop doing the other things. That's the biggest problem I tell my entrepreneur friends, clients. They go, once you get a little bit of success, this opportunity comes, and this one, and this one, and this one. It's shiny object syndrome. I have a friend of mine who runs an event space company. He knows I'm talking to him. He does so many different things. I'm like, pick the top 2 or 3, dial in on those and just blow it up, because everyone who's done something successful at the beginning is niche. Amazon just sold books for a while. Lipton Richard just sells cooking classes. Keep it simple, keep it niched, and move with the breeze. Those are my 5 tips to start a business in 2025 and kill it, just like I have done and will continue to do. If you like this type of content, go to the link below. Book a consultation with me and my team. We will show you how we can take your clinic, your business to the next level. Again, go to that link. See you in the next video. Bye.